Oh my god.
Oh,
That's my
Nah.
first time ever beating that boss on that difficulty.
I genuinely don't know why my computer just completely lost internet there, but it did.
Damn.
What I was gonna say was
I already ended the podcast. Don't worry.
all right, well, you can add it at the beginning then.
Nah.
All right, well, I'm still telling you anyway because it's funny.
I'll put a pin in it.
Anyway, no.
He's not
Anyways,
letting me run this bit again.
No. So earlier when I was playing Overwatch, when I first entered the game, someone posted this in the message. You ready?
Yeah.
They said, you have received a private message. To respond to this private message, press Alt plus F4. Matt.
But
I was pressing the Alt key and reaching for the F4 key when it suddenly dawned on me.
there's no way you almost got rolled by Alt F4, dude.
I almost got. I don't know why. I almost fell for it. I almost fell for it.
It's
And I posted in the chat afterward. I said to them, I was like, dude, gonna be honest, y'all almost had me. I was like, are you kidding me?
It's the oldest trick in the book.
I was a fool.
That's funny.
I mean, I caught myself. I didn't do it.
Yeah. It is really funny when you actually do get someone. It's like, yo, do this. And then it says like they have left the game. I feel like I had to have gotten someone with it before. Like on like a random Minecraft server or something back in the day. Welcome to the Lads AM podcast, a show for those late night ramblings you only get when the rest of the world is asleep. This show is available in both podcast and Let's Play form. Check out our social media to find out how to listen the way you want to. Tonight, we are playing Ultra Kill. Rob, I want you to know that this is a very important learning experience for you. This is the path that everyone. No, man, no, this is good. Okay, it's good because this is
Overwatch. Is that better?
This is the path that everybody takes, right? Oh. This is the path that everybody takes, and it'll make you a better player because of it. Because you'll see the stuff that other people are doing, and you're like, "That's fucking stupid." And then next game you're in, you might go to do the same thing, and you'll be like, "Wait a minute, Brain Blast? That's stupid." I made fun of I trash talked the other guy for doing that. No way I'm going to do it.
First game that I played today, I had these two on my team. I forget who it was. Two people on my team were bitching about a third person. The third and the fourth person were bitching about one of the first two. And I'm just here being the best on the team.
Who's on first?
Yeah, it was a whole mess. I was like, stop bitching at each other and just play.
It's even worse when you're just playing quick play and you're just trying to vibe, and people are like, "Bruh, how are you so bad? GG."
I never, not once tonight did I have anyone be like, "You're bad," referring to me.
Nice, good man.
I consider that a step up.
Yeah, dude. And then the way I started playing competitive Overwatch is not too far from you. I just shut up and played Junkrat. And eventually, you just get good enough at Junkrat, and you start like going up.
I basically did Junkrat for 80% of tonight, and then Bastion the rest of the time. I don't think I played anyone else. Oh, there was one moment where I almost swapped a Hanzo, but that was because we were getting absolutely wrecked by a Pharah Mercy combo.
Well, that's the wrong choice then, my friend.
Well, then who the fuck would I swap to in that case?
Yeah, in that case, probably Cassidy.
I wasn't hitting him as Bastion. What's the difference between a Cassidy and Hanzo at that point?
Cassidy is hit scan. It's easy. There's no projectile. Hanzo's a projectile.
Okay, so what?
Or just play Soldier, man.
Or Soldier, yeah.
I did consider Soldier as well.
Yeah.
I think my teammate at the time was Soldier.
Oh.
And they were.
What was he doing? And where was he?
Actually, that might have been the fucker who was fucking around as Junkrat the first round.
Hey,
Who I
man,
was just bitching about, so.
it all works out, man.
Yeah.
Trust me. Dude,
So yeah, that's basically been my day. That and playing Pokemon Charizard.
I worked, and then I've been playing the new Zelda game. 10 out of 10.
Dude! How's that game?
I'm only in the tutorial. It's already a 10 out of 10.
I mean, I feel like one cannot really say a game is 10 out of 10 just based on a tutorial.
Yo, 10 out of 10 tutorial, though. New Game of the Year category. Best tutorial.
Dude, is
I
that
can
category gonna be...
I can attach a boulder to a sword and use this as a weapon. That's 10 out of 10 material, my friend.
Okay. I had told you guys before about how I know someone on the English localization team for that game, right?
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
Yeah.
How they doing?
They're doing pretty well. They've been busy with all this stuff. It's funny because, well, I haven't paid attention to any of the release stuff for the game because I just don't really care personally. It's been interesting watching the chat because every time a trailer comes out, my other friends will watch it and they'll be like, yo, this is looking so good. I wish you could tell us more about the game, but we know you can't. And they're just like, yeah.
Garston NDAs got him again.
Pretty much, yeah.
Damn. I saw a Twitter clip of that game, and they were doing something with like they had like giant gliders, and then they had mini gliders, and they kept like shooting the. I didn't know what was going on, but it seemed cool.
Did their mini gliders have gliders?
Their gliders had gliders. I remember the stuff from the first Breath of the Wild, people doing crazy like physics stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you attack a stone enough and it's frozen, and then you like release the kinetic energy and it goes across the map, but then you connect to it. Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on half the time in that game, but it looks fun.
As someone who's played maybe a total of 1 hour of that game, I'm pretty sure it's an ability where like you freeze time, but once time is unfrozen, anything that happened while time was frozen all happens at once. Which allows you basically to do all that kinetic energy shit.
Yeah, if you hit something,
you could yourself to it.
It's called stasis. You free something in basically time. You can hit it to generate basically kinetic energy, and then it will go rocketing off in the direction you hit it. But the thing is, if you just put enough kinetic energy and shoot an arrow at the direction you want to go, you can shoot it in a direct direction you want to go.
Dude, Breath of the Wild teaching kids physics without them realizing it. I love it.
Kid goes into the real world. He's like the star at his company. Like he's fixing all of these problems. And he does not want to tell anyone that he learned it all from Breath of the Wild. And he has to hide his knowledge.
Well, there are worse ways to learn knowledge.
But then every now and again, he accidentally slips in a Zelda term. And then they go, what? And they're like, oh, nothing. I mean, oh, so it's like the stasis. What? The kinetic energy, perpetual motion.
What?
That word, big words that I learned in college. Where'd you go?
What's your experience with Legend of Zelda, Matt?
What is my experience with Legend?
Yeah, like, have you played a lot of Zelda or?
No.
Have you played any?
No.
Oh, really?
Oh, bruh. We're gonna have to. All right, we haven't played.
I did not think that I had played more Legend of Zelda than Matt.
Oh, I have not played a Zelda game. I know some. I know there's the one with the moon. The moon is trying to kill you. Deku from My Hero Academia is in the game, I think.
Yep.
I don't know. Zelda wears like a green tunic and like a hat.
I've played a total of 3 Legend of Zelda games, but only beaten one of them. The only one I've beaten is Ocarina of Time.
I'm pretty sure there was a Minecraft Zelda themed Minecraft map I may have downloaded at one point.
Dude,
I played
Zelda's in Mario Kart.
Dude, I've played the Zelda map in Mario Kart.
It's Smash.
Oh, there's like four Zelda. Actually, no. Yeah, there's like four Zeldas in Smash. There's like
Dude, all those Zeldas.
Toon Zelda and Young
There's
Zelda
Toon
and
Zelda, Young Zelda, Zelda, and then there's that weird female
Black Zelda.
Wait, Black
Oh,
Zelda,
yeah.
what?
yeah. You can one of the alternate skins for Link is Dark Link.
Okay, don't say Black Link, that's weird.
Hey, it's
Oh,
fine with
no.
Dragon Ball Z.
And then true. Is it like Goku Black or something?
Yep.
Yeah, and then there's like one character that's actually Zelda, and then there's Sheik, and then there's Zelda, and then there's Sheik, and then there's Zelda, and then there's Sheik, and then at one point they became separate.
Hmm.
That was it Brawl? I think it was Brawl that they were the same character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the only game
Maybe.
they were the same character?
I'm not sure about 4.
Crazy thing, you ready?
know
Most
it
Legend
all.
of Zelda games, Zelda and Sheik are the same character.
I meant in Smash. Like just Smash. Like you don't have to switch between them like Pokemon Trainer. You can
Wait,
just
isn't it
pick the
specified?
character. I think it was clear. Let's get the jury on that one. Hey Dustin, if you're listening, was I clear in that? Is Rob having a Rob moment? Let me
No,
know.
no. I was saying that as a joke. I know you're more clear.
No, okay, I'm cutting this part out. Dustin.
You aren't cutting it out.
Yeah, I am.
You're lazy. No
can't
shot you
stop
cut
me.
it out.
I cut out your docs from last episode.
My what?
You doxed yourself last episode.
I did?
Yeah, you said the name of the school you work at.
Oh, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Then why'd you tell me to cut that? It would have been out it would have been out on time.
Yeah, sure. That's
It would
the
have
reason
been
it's
out.
late.
It would have been out on time if I didn't have to cut out that 3 seconds.
Mm.
You know what? That's you know what? That's the reality I choose to live in.
Oh.
Damn, man. Imagine.
So, Matt,
What's up, bro?
now you like to talk highly about Japan?
I think I talk about Japan.
So I just found this on Reddit.
Okay.
Someone moved to Japan and their new neighbor left a note for them. I'm gonna read this out. You ready?
In Japanese.
No. So listen. So it's written
Okay.
in English.
All right.
It says, parentheses, I can't speak English.
Okay.
Thank you for the present. My name is Hiroshi Yamashita.
Mhm.
I'm 52 years old.
I live in the northeast
As a
section of
divorcee,
Mario.
I live alone. You can use it if you like. I'm stuffed in toilet paper. Do you have Navy? Yes, no. Please tell me your child's name. Thank you for your friend operation.
Aw,
He tried.
that's wholesome
Oh,
as
yeah,
fuck,
no,
man.
no. I mean, at the caption that it's literally from the Wholesome Memes subreddit. So
Oh, okay, that's wholesome as hell, man.
yeah, no. Thank you for your friend operation. Like, oh my goodness,
That's good, man. Because
awesome.
I mean, it's pretty hit or miss. Because you can hear stories of the exact opposite about them like being like super like against there being foreigners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think the
also-
country worse for that is France, is what I've heard.
maybe. But like, there's also like the horror stories of like English teachers because apparently that's like the easiest job to get if you want to move to Japan is just teaching English. That's
Yeah,
what
well, I
see all
can
the
do
time.
that.
Yeah, but no, that's wholesome. There's this anime that I'm watching. I was actually watching it just before the podcast.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of you, Fanning,
Why?
because they play like an MMO, and they all like know and they're like friends, and they have friends in the MMO.
I
And
could
I'm
have
like,
played
oh,
that.
So
I
I'm like,
guess.
oh, it's like Fanning with Final Fantasy. But there's this one guy in their guild that he's like an older guy. Like they're all like not teenagers. They're actually like college. Like most of them are like college students. There's like one like teenager, and then one person in their guild is this like older guy, probably like his like 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
And honestly, this guy, I think he has like the perfect life. because he's this super wholesome he's a super wholesome guy who owns a strawberry farm.
Huh.
And he farms strawberries, and then when he's done with work, he just goes and plays video games with his friends. And he just lives out in the middle of nowhere, Japan, farming strawberries, and that's his life. And then every now and again, he'll go into the city because they'll like meet up sometimes, like they know each other in real life too. I guess it's probably a small. I don't know.
Yeah.
Japan's small, but he'll just hang out with like his friends who are all like young people, and he's just like, oh, me and my friends. He's super wholesome. One of the characters was like this like creepy guy was like talking to her, and he went from like sweet old man to like he looked like he was like scared the whole time, but he was gonna rough him up. And he had met this person like a week before, and I'm like, dude, this guy's goated.
You know what the most unbelievable thing about that show is?
What's up?
That you're telling me that this guy lives in the middle of nowhere, Japan, grows
Yeah.
strawberries,
Yeah,
and has insane internet to be able to play an MMO? What?
he's good.
You don't need insane
He's
internet to play an MMO.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and it probably is like League of Legends, and you can play it on a toaster. Like, it's good, man. I don't know. I want this guy's life. I want to be a strawberry farmer in Japan, and then
Go
play
for
video
it.
games, and then play video games with the bros at night.
Go for it.
That sounds like the life I want to live.
Go
I
for it.
gotta-
No one's stopping you.
All right. Well, I feel like the Japanese government's gonna stop me because I don't have any land to grow strawberries on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoever said that, I didn't know.
I think they're gonna know.
Just go to an island that no one cares about in Japan. Japan's got a bunch of islands that are uninhabited.
Then who's gonna buy the strawberries?
You import them.
You bring them to a different island.
The secret ingredient is crime.
Who's gonna buy?
I think the better
need
question is, if it's an uninhabited island, how are you getting the internet?
True. I don't think they got Comcast out there, man, or whatever they got.
So, Fanning,
Yes.
not to talk about this game, but I have to ask.
Yes.
Oh.
Who is staring into my soul in the background?
That has nothing to do with the game. That is a total JoJo thing.
Okay, what the fuck is this?
Okay.
Oh, is that Dio?
No.
That's Dio. That's bad
It's not
romance.
A bizarre adventure.
I don't
think.
think there's a bad romance stand yet, actually.
I say bad romance every time, and you say that, and you and Dustin say the same thing every time.
That you don't think it is?
And it's not real. One of my friends made a JoJo OC and called it bad romance, and that's the first thing that pops into my head every time I think about it.
Oh.
About Stans is that character that they drew, and it's not real, but I just keep saying it. King.
To actually go over it, there's basically just a scene in the anime where this guy just said he's posing as a kid's son. He's a serial killer, and he stole this kid's dad's face. The kid figured it out, and the kid's name is Hayato. So he bends over and says Hayato.
Hayato. Oh, is that the subtitle right there?
Yeah. This is literally just a screen cap of that scene. Okay. And it's just all warped because I want to see what it looked like. And I was like, yep, nope, that's what I want to see when I'm doing this game mode.
Damn. I wish Dustin was here. I could talk about anime.
You can. I'll just be very confused.
Exactly. What anime you want to hear about?
This Oshinoko that I'm hearing a lot about. Apparently it's good.
It's so good. It is so good. The first episode is like, so you know how it's like, you ever hear like 3-episode test? Like you give an anime like, or I guess it's ready any show, but mostly with anime you give it like 3 episodes, see if you like it. The first episode is like 3 episodes long. It's like more. It's like an hour and a half long.
Wow.
It is so good. All I can really say without spoiling it is that the description of the anime, like the premise, is like those 3 episodes. I did not expect what the anime is actually about. I had no idea that that's what it was going to be about, because the description really just gave the premise for like the first 3 or 4 episodes, and then like something wild happens and it changes. But it's sick. It's by the creator of Love is War, which is my favorite anime, which is why I was like, okay, well, I better watch this just to see. Nah, it's really good, man. Basically, the premise of the first couple episodes, or I guess most of, or like the underlying premise is that like this guy is like obsessed with this idol, which is like, like what an idol is.
Super Idol.
Hatsune Miku, but real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's real to me, goddammit.
Yeah, but he's like super obsessed with this idol, and then it turns out, but he's actually like a doctor, right? He's a doctor, and then turns out, idol got pregnant. That's not good. Because fan culture is crazy. The whole anime is about like the dark side of like fan culture and like performers, and like how the industry is like actually really fucked up and stuff like that. So like a big part of it is how like it needs to be kept under wraps, that she can't have, like, she can't even have like a public relationship, because like it'll like ruin like the brand.
Yeah,
right.
the brand.
The
No,
brand.
I've seen enough K-pop to know about that.
So basically, that happens, but but instead of him actually being the one to deliver it, because she ends up in his hospital, right?
Yeah.
But she doesn't know whatever. She doesn't know that he's like a fan or not, and he kind of like only like recognizes her as like, oh shit, this is intense. Basically, he dies, and then he gets isekai'd.
God damn it! Not again.
As well, yeah, again, he gets isekai'd as one of her twins. So he's like a babe. So he like is isekai'd in the real world.
Okay, I need to know, how the hell does he die?
You're not gonna watch. There's spoilers. It'll make more sense. Spoilers if you're feeling like watching it. These two aren't gonna watch it. Basically, what happened, and I'll just go and say the whole thing, why it's really cool. So what happens is that another super fan finds out that she's having a baby.
Yeah.
And that he's the doctor. And when he finds out what he's there to do, he kills him. So another super fan kills him over this idol that just happened to get pregnant and having kids, because he's a crazy obsessed guy. So he kills the doctor. And then what ends up happening, why the anime is so like shocking, is that what they don't talk about this at all in the description of the anime, obviously, is because the idol ends up getting killed by this guy too.
Oh.
While the two twins are like 8, I think. They're young. And the idol gets killed. So the actual anime, or one part of the actual anime, is that this doctor guy, he knows that his biological dad is probably is involved, because how else does this guy keep finding her? Because the only other person that would know that the twins are even her kids would be the dad. And he's a super goated actor, I guess, just by genes or whatever. So he's like moving through the industry, but his only like motivation is to figure out who his dad is, and he's gonna kill him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. Like, it's actually insane. I was like, I didn't know this is what the anime was gonna be about.
Well,
but it's really good. It's super good. And then if you look at Dustin's profile picture, really muscular guy with a duck head.
Yeah,
he's a fitness YouTuber in the anime. It's good. It's really dark. It talks a lot about like stan culture, which has its like similarities if you want to like do like Twitch, for example.
Yeah,
there's definitely the similarities, and there's but like damn, and it's like you see how like actors and idols like they get mistreated in the industry, or like you can be super famous one day, but then there's like one that's like was like a super like good child actor, but then when they stopped being a child, they're basically just like forgotten about, and they're trying to like climb back up because they were like because child actors are really disposable, I guess. Like they can do one good thing, but like when they get older, it's not like they kind of lose that charm. And it's like how
Yeah, it's
how
kind of
cutthroat
hard
the
to
industry,
hold on to
yeah,
that.
like how cutthroat the industry is. So it's actually super dark. I thought I was confused at the original premise because I'm like, this sounds kind of just like a cringy, like a cringy isekai anime, or just like a cringy idol anime. But then Giguk, our Lord and Savior, told me to watch it, so I did.
Matt,
Yeah.
I just thought of I just thought of an idea of an anime that I'm sure already exists, so I want you to tell me about it.
Yeah, okay. I'll tell
Alright,
you about
so
it.
like, no, there's the common trope of isekai.
You get reborn in a fantasy world, yeah.
Yeah, so is there an anime where it's almost the opposite, where like they normally live in like this weird fantasy world, but then they get quote unquote isekai and it's just real life?
Yeah.
Yes, how does
Oh, you
that
want
work?
about actually want to hear about an anime that I watched last season? I
Yeah.
don't remember the actual title, what it is, but I call it Capitalism in Another World.
Oh, yeah, go
Um,
on.
basically,
Capitalism in another world. Oh, no.
so basically, this girl is living in the real world,
Okay.
and she gets isekai'd into a
Uh-huh.
fantasy world.
Yeah.
But
As one
it
does.
turns out she has the ability to switch between the two worlds,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So
Okay.
what happens is she opens well, first she like gets like stuck in like this like old fantasy town. And then basically just through deception and impressing people with her like tools from like a far off land, which is really just Japan, she like
Mhm.
basically gets adopted by like a family of nobles,
Okay.
and then she opens a store and she's just selling real world stuff in a fantasy world. So they're
And
like,
what kind of things does she sell? Like bicycles?
well, the first one that the one that almost got her in trouble was that she was selling she also sold like food. She was selling fish, right?
Oh,
And then
no.
people were like, wait a minute. There's no way of transporting fish from the sea here that it'll stay fresh by the time it gets here. How are you getting this? And she like runs like a whole like she runs like a whole kind of a like I don't know. It's kind of not a quinceañera, but it's like a birthday party, but at like a significant age for royalty.
All
I
right.
don't know if that's what the word is for it. But she basically just like stocks it with a bunch of modern food that all of the rich nobles think are like foreign cuisine. But she also just like introduces like soap and like hair product, and and she sells it like super like affordable, so like even
Oh,
commoners can
boy.
afford it. And
Okay.
she's doing it all just so she can afford to retire, because she basically found the exchange rate between this fantasy world's gold and real life currency. So she's just doing it to retire. And it's
Retire in which world? Both?
probably both. Well, she's a noble in one world and a teenager in the other, so I think I know which one she's picking. There's also this one like really fun scene. Okay, she also enlists the help of a military from America.
She
I'm pretty
enlists
sure.
the help of the military?
Yeah, because she's going to this fantasy world with monsters. So basically, she goes to this like mercenary group, and she's like, "Teach me how to be goaded with like weapons and guns."
But this
And
is
they're
in the
like,
real world.
in the real world, yeah,
So she is a teenager.
yeah,
And she is walking up to this mercenary group like, yo, teach me how to be a fucking assassin.
yeah.
And they just don't question it?
Because she's got piles of gold, dude.
Oh, damn.
They
Fair
don't.
enough.
You have money. They don't question it.
You know
So
what? Can't argue with that.
at one point, there's like this huge assault on like the fantasy world kingdom,
Mhm.
And then basically she's like, "Don't worry, I got this." And she brings that military to the fantasy world. And they're like, what's a gun?" They don't know what guns are. They're just
Mm.
like goblins getting mowed down.
Mm.
And then at one point, the enemy has like this like huge
I
scene.
feel like that's a bit on the nose of colonialism, huh?
But like, okay, there's one scene, right?
Yeah.
There's one scene towards the end of the anime. I don't even know what the title of the anime is. But where the enemy team's like they're losing, right? And then they bring in a dragon, and it's a huge dragon, and everyone's
Oh
fear.
no.
And then she basically just like is
Pulls out
like,
a
all right,
rocket launcher.
pull out the big gun. And then like the giant gun on the back of one of the giant Hummers just kills the dragon. And they're like,
Oh
what the
my
what?
God.
And I'm like, this is not fair for them. They don't know what a gun is.
It really is just kind of colonialism. Holy shit.
Another example of what you're talking about is one that Dustin and I both watched. Oh, what is it called? It's about this ancient China, this like strategician from like ancient China, right? He dies and then gets isekai'd into modern day, and he
Okay.
uses his like ancient Chinese battle strategy to help this girl's idol career.
What?
It's sick, dude. He's so good at what he does. Wait. Chinese
Okay then.
strategist anime. Oh, your boy Ko Ming is what it's called.
Ya boy Ko Ming.
Yeah, your boy Ko Ming.
Oh.
Your boy. Yeah. Hong Ming. It's like a real guy, I'm pretty sure.
I've never heard of Ko Ming, but
Wait, no, it's
my
not.
Chinese history is weak, so
Yeah, is that some? I'm not gonna try to pronounce his name, but it's like a real dude. But it's like if he got isekai'd into like the real world, and it's an insane premise, but it's really good.
okay.
Neo P is really good too. But yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
but anime really does have this idea of like, yeah, this probably already exists. And it's some weird concept you've never heard of before. Like
Uh-huh.
the anime where the guy resurrects a bunch of old performers to make an idol group. That's a great one.
Is that Zombieland Saga?
Yeah, that's the one where like the first 3 minutes of the anime, the girl gets hit by the truck.
Truck-kun. I know about that one.
Truck-kun. You know about Truck-kun?
Yeah.
Dude, Rob, do you know about Truck-kun?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Well, kun is like an honorific that you give to like, it's like, you have like Fen and kun, right? Like it's just a thing they add at the end of the name.
Oh.
I'm not super sure how they work.
Sure.
But for a while,
Kind of like Psalm.
or Tan or whatever, or Senpai even is one as well.
Yo, notice me.
Yeah, but for a while, the typical trope for how people got isekai is like hit by a truck,
Yeah,
because it's just something that just randomly happens.
hit by a
And
truck
it's
or a car or something.
yeah. So so basically, that character, or every instance of a truck hitting
Is a
someone
thing.
to isekai them, has been dubbed Truck-kun. And it's like, oh, and every isekai is like, oh no, Truck-kun struck again. What's really depressing is that Truck-kun has been replaced by Overwork-kun, where people are just dying because they're overworked.
Oh no!
And that's how it's become.
Worse.
Yeah, no, that's what it is now, because it's far more relatable.
I was
Getting
gonna
hit
say,
by a
given it's
truck.
Japan, that is pretty relatable. Sadly.
Yeah, but then that's just, I mean, So Overworkcoon is now the. I'm making that up. No one's ever said Overworkcoon. I'm hoping no one has.
Alrighty then.
I wish. Damn, I can't believe Dustin missed the anime episode. I can't believe the trial is still ongoing for all those things he did.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping if they put him in jail, they'll at least let him record the podcast.
I don't know. We'll see. I just hope he's able to still do the camping trip podcast.
I know.
Hey, Fanning, speaking of which,
Yes, I got it
do
off.
you have days off? Oh, you
Yes.
do? Oh, how convenient.
Oh yeah, we don't worry. Me and Georgia harassed him. We're good.
Oh, good. So it's my turn too.
Wait a minute. What?
Oh boy.
You have him? You have him off.
Yes.
Wait, no, I'm talking about Rob.
My dude, I work in a school.
That's what I was saying. You said it's my turn to make sure I have him off, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I said it's my turn to harass Fanning.
Oh, okay. I was really confused there for a second.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was your.
yours.
I thought you said it was like, oh, my turn to try to get him off, and I'm like, wait a minute.
No,
I'm
it's my
fairly
turn
certain.
to
Whoa.
harass Fanning.
I'm fairly certain you have those days off.
Yes, I do.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Actually, I have another job kind of lined up, sort of.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not like not permanent or anything. Basically, I was asked if after my stint as a 7th grade ELA teacher, which ends in 2 weeks now, they want me to cover as an 8th grade ELA teacher for the rest of the year.
Nice. Good.
I guess.
And they went to you for that.
Yes.
Oh, that's sick.
Yep. So, hopefully that's a sign that I can get something going. So.
And then what's after that? Just like full year?
Yeah, I mean, I need to get a permanent teaching position is what I need.
Then you'll really be Mr. Stalker.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mr. Stalker MD.
So, I discovered this Mad Lad on YouTube.
That's us.
No. This guy's like actually crazy. So, Matt,
Yeah, that's me.
what's the furthest you think you could run?
To my living room, probably.
All right, Fanning.
Not far at all.
Wait, what do you mean by distance? Like,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
worrying about how stamina, not worrying about speed.
Stamina, yeah.
Well, let's see. I do a couple miles. I think how far it is to get to work is a couple miles. So
So
I could run. I know I could run that.
there's this guy who a couple months ago began this journey. He is running from the southern tip of Africa to the northern tip.
Yo, that's insane.
That is very much insane. He is running 50 kilometers a day, which is about 30 miles.
Oh yeah, thanks for the translation, bro.
Yeah, it's 30 to 32 miles. And yeah, he's been going, I think, for a couple months. But what's really awesome is that he has him and his team, because he has a couple other people who are driving along and helping him and stuff.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that.
They're recording everything very thoroughly. And while he started his journey back in February, they only just started putting out the parts now.
Mm-hmm.
But the journey is expected to take him 8 months.
Damn.
And he's 3 months in.
So the team that's helping him are they carrying equipment, his equipment and stuff? Because I'm thinking about
So they are the ones who are doing most of the filming. They have a big van that they're driving. The van is where they sleep for the most part. They carry the food. Basically, they help cook. They help film, they help do everything.
Do they have? Does he
This
sleep
guy
in the
just
van as well?
runs. What was that?
Does he sleep in the van as well?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, if he was just like camping or.
Yeah, no, they're sleeping in the van.
Nice.
But yeah, it's cool because so far they've been doing a video twice a week pretty much. And they started only like 2 weeks ago. And they're actually being extremely thorough with it. I thought it was going to be something like, oh, we get a quick 5-minute update every 5 days or so. Nah. We get like a good 6 minutes of every single day.
Oh, huge. Okay.
And
they
they
really
explain
documenting
exactly
everything.
where they end off so that you can like actually track their progress on like Google Maps.
Oh, that's huge.
So like so far the last video, they're like halfway through South Africa.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's sick. I mean, people have. I'm trying to remember. I feel like wasn't there like a thing like years ago? It was like
Yeah.
some sort. It was like a bear or something.
A bear?
No, there was like some guy dressed as like a bear or something that was like going across America. Oh god, this is gonna drive me crazy now. It was like a guy dressed as a bear going across America.
I'm looking this up because I've never heard this.
Goes across.
Man walking across United States in 75-pound cartoon bear costume.
Yeah, that
Passes
guy.
through Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah. I don't know. Why is this guy running through Africa? I don't know. People are crazy, man.
Huh.
I'm just glad I wasn't. You found it, so I didn't seem crazy.
Yeah, bear son.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I forget how long ago that was. Does it say?
It looks like, well, actually, it looks like there's a couple of different things.
Yeah, I think they've done it multiple times.
Yeah, the oldest article I see is from 2021, but I have one here as recent as this past February.
Oh, maybe it's not the same guy, because this is a lot longer ago. Like, I think we were in high school. Maybe it's a guy doing something similar. But yeah, no, people do stuff like that. There's also that. You remember the robot that like got through Canada fine?
Yeah, the
But once it got,
hitchhiking through Canada robot, yeah.
yeah, but once it got to America, it kind of like it keeps people keep beating it up for no
Oh,
reason.
of course, yeah. I could have told you that was gonna happen.
It's like the scene from the not the soldier short, where they're just beating up that robot guy for no reason. The Overwatch one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn. As I got to Philadelphia, and then it's just like on the side of the road, like beat up, and I'm like, come on, my guys, please. We can be better than this. You're gonna let the Canadians win? They've had it too good for too long. That's what I'm saying. Obama.
Obama.
So damn. Hey, so Georgia and I have a plan for the camping trip.
Oh no.
We got a couple. We want to do a photo shoot where we get some pictures.
Okay.
The first one was his idea, where we're sitting on a log, and he wants to eat beans out of a can. I want to eat spam out of a can while we're just sitting on a log.
Okay.
I think that would be cool. My other idea is one of us is holding a record and trying to use a twig as like a needle to play the record, and then someone's in the back wearing headphones.
Okay.
Right? And I wanted to know if you guys had any concepts of pictures you wanted. Because I'm bringing all my camera stuff, and I think getting pictures you can only get in the woods, or like doing like normal things, like doing completely normal mundane things, but in the woods is funny, and I want to explore that.
I got nothing to help you there. Not off the top of my head, at least.
Well, if you think of anything,
Yeah, I mean, I'll think about it, but
can any of us climb a tree? I don't think
oddly
any of us can climb
specific.
a tree. I feel like Fanning has the best shot at climbing a tree. Fanning or Georgia?
Climbing a
should take
tree,
that.
definitely not me.
I don't know. You're nimble.
No, I'm not.
You're
Best shot
lanky.
at climbing a tree is probably Georgia. Or maybe
Mm.
even Dustin.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I want to think who's the most. If we're in an apocalyptic scenario and we can only pick one person, I'm trying to figure out which one of you I'm taking.
Fair enough.
I'll have to think about that one though. You see, like, if I run out, like, I could bring Fanning for the vibes, but I couldn't eat Fanning
What?
if it came down to it.
What's going on? We're eating Fanning?
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah. He's too skinny. So, like, do I need to think about that? You don't
Please
know.
don't eat me, Matt.
No.
Oh no, he figured it out.
I would not like it.
Well, you wouldn't be there for it, so
Oh, I wouldn't.
no. I'm not gonna eat you alive. That's insane. I'd wait for you to get, like, killed by a bear or something. A cocaine bear, if you will. I'd make a prank video where I put cocaine in your sleeping bag. Actually, wait, that's a good idea. Forget I said that.
What'd you say?
Exactly. Now all I need to do is
Yeah.
find some cocaine. Where do you get that?
Don't worry, I know a guy.
Cocaine?
Oh, thanks, man.
I probably know a couple guys.
Nice.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if my guy and Fanning's guy are the same guy.
Okay. Is that why Dustin's not on the podcast anymore?
Don't worry about
Is that
it.
what he got arrested for?
You're breaking up. Yeah.
Oh no. Not again. Need to find another replacement for the podcast now.
Nah. Nah.
Damn, I wonder what this game sounds like.
Lots of explosions.
Yeah,
Sure.
boy, it is loud.
Oh yeah, I muted it a long time ago.
You know what? Wise choice. I'm doing that right now.
Because Fanning Fanning started playing the game, and I was like, "Oh, this is a muted gameplay type of episode."
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I really want this double pyramid guy to be the two Obama pyramids glued together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you know the image I'm talking about? It's Obama
Prism, yeah.
Obama prism, where it's Obama but stretched over like a
Prism.
pyramid, a prism, if you will.
Yes. I think I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, I
let
want.
me be clear.
Let me be clear.
Yeah.
I want this. I want that, but it to be like that. I want him to be fighting Obama right now. That's what I'm saying. Let me be clear. You will not play D&D for 2 months.
Nope.
Feels bad.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
I had stuff I wanted to do.
Dude.
I was telling Fanny about stuff I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And now I can't even do it.
You want to tell me about stuff you want to do?
No.
Damn, am I not important enough?
Do you actually? The reason that I told Fanning about it,
Yeah.
and I told Fanning this. I was like, okay, Fanny, I'm gonna do something. It's gonna be conceptually the same for each person, just slightly different. I want you to do it first. That way everyone else can figure out what's going on. So when it comes to them, they'll be prepared to do it.
Okay.
Because I was like, if there's anyone I trust to just jump in and go along with whatever stupid thing I got going on, it's Fanning.
Okay. I'm
So
surprised it's not Dustin, but okay.
yeah, here's another option.
All right.
So look, some people just some people just need a little bit of an explanation, a little bit of clearer explanation when things are happening. Some people need me to make a whole PowerPoint to describe how a mechanic works because I don't want to describe it 20 times.
I'm sorry.
I
need my information.
I know, and I'm helping. I understand that, and I don't love you any less.
Yeah.
But sometimes.
Yeah.
And then sometimes people go and take showers and miss the whole explanation too. So you know what?
Bruh?
Can't believe bruh's not here.
Dude. Anyway, so what is it that Fanning's doing?
Basically everyone's gonna have it's gonna be like everyone's having the same kind of vision thing all at the same time.
Okay.
But each one is slightly different
Okay.
based on the person.
Okay.
So basically what will happen is Fanning will do it first, and then that will reveal what's kind of going on. So then like when you go, you'll already have an understanding of what's happening. So you can just like role play from there. That
Okay.
makes sense.
If you say so.
Yeah. But if I tell you now, and then Dustin listens to the podcast, and then that doesn't leave many people to be surprised.
Yeah, can't argue with that logic.
So, and I can't be surprised because I know what's going on. I am considering where I wanted you guys to be level wise at like what like about like my time frame for that. Well, it'll be like I thought like you'd level up by the time that we'll probably get to start playing D&D again. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna say, you know what, just level up just to keep me on track and I don't have to rework it. So I might do that. It'll make it easier for me. And that way when we come back, you'll have something fun to do. You'll have fun new stuff.
Yay. New things are fun.
Yeah. So that's my current plan. I was thinking about when I was walking home from work today on how I'll handle that.
Yay.
Wonder. Hopefully, by the time everything's back to normal, Dustin has his one part back or whatever this part is that he needs
It's
for his
like,
computer to be
I
fixed.
don't know. It's a whole thing.
Goddamn Geek Squad. Imagine working for Geek Squad.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Like, imagine you have to wear a shirt that says Geek Squad.
Dude, that's the least of my issues. I will say I was actually at Best Buy today, and I had to get a cable, and the guy was actually very helpful in a weird way. So I knew what cable I needed, but I was looking for one that was like 5 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find where they were in the store. I asked this guy, we walk over, and the only ones that they have are 9-foot cables. And he looks at me and he basically says, look, the way I see you have 2 options. You can get the 9-foot cable here, or you can go to 5 below, and there's probably cables there too.
What kind of cable was it? Was it like a USB?
It was
Like a
a
phone charger?
USB to micro B,
Oh, okay, yeah.
which apparently is the kind of cable that that is used for PS4 controllers.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
common. A lot of stuff I have.
It's also
is
the
that.
cable that I use for my DS capture card. So
Oh, so you need that.
yeah, because my old one A was way too short, and B was flimsy and kept losing connection.
Yeah, you can probably find those really anywhere.
Yeah, no, got it at Five Below for $6. So
Wait a minute.
yeah, I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I
Fanning,
didn't get it either.
Fanning, can I get a number crunch real quick on that one?
What?
I got something at Five Below for $6.
What? Excuse me?
Can I get a number crunch on that one real quick?
The numbers do not crunch.
Oh no, the numbers are soft.
Do not crunch.
Those are some smooth numbers.
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ, Fanning, you good?
Yeah, that's the easiest part of the fight.
Part of the fight?
Yeah.
What Dark Souls game is this? Damn. I went to Micro Center to get a
Without
thing.
me?
Yeah.
How
It was
dare
just,
you?
It was just me, dude. I walked there. What are you talking about? Probably working or something. But I went there, and I typically have pretty good experiences at Micro Center. They typically know what they're doing. But I asked this guy. I needed was it VGA? It was not VGA. It was, I don't know. It was the red, yellow, and white connector to HDMI is what I needed. Like the red, yellow, white, and they're always together, and you have to plug them into like a TV or something. I needed that. So I think it's RCA, maybe. I don't know. Or like, what's it called? Composite. Composite's what it's called. I know what I'm talking about. It's composite to HDMI is what I needed. I couldn't find it. So I asked the guy, the guy that works there, 99 lives.
guy?
John Micro Center himself?
99 lives on his chest, dude. The guy. I asked the guy, and I was like, "Hey, where is this?" And he's like, "Oh, it's actually in this aisle." So he gives it to me, and I'm like, "Oh, that's a lot cheaper than I expected." So I take it. I'm standing in line, and I'm looking at it, and it's like HDMI to composite downscaler. I'm like, "Wait a minute, that's not what I need. This is going backwards. I need it to be made into HDMI, not for it to be made to composite. What is this?" So I had to go back. I looked into put, and then the one I needed was right next to it, twice as expensive. And I'm like, okay, that makes a lot more sense now. But I felt bad because the way that, or at least that Micro Center works, is that a lot of the people that work there are based on like commission, I guess. Where like if they make money based on like what they sell. So if they help you with something, they put their little sticker on it. And then that's like how they know that they've made a sale. So unfortunately, I had to put back the item that had this guy's sticker on it and grab one that didn't have his sticker.
Oh no.
So I was like, on one hand, you got me the wrong thing. On the other hand, I feel bad. I couldn't find the guy. I also didn't want to tell him, "Hey, idiot, I found the right thing. You gave me the wrong thing." So I just checked out with it. Sometimes I'll just like go up to him and be like, "Hey, you want to put your sticker on this?" Or I'll ask where something is, just even if I know where it is, because I feel bad that they have to get paid that way. I'll be like, "Do you know where the mice are? I'm looking for a mouse." And then they're like, "Over here," and I'm like, "Oh, this is the one I want." I just grab it. You want? Yeah. Rob, do you have any plug and play games?
You had asked me this before. No.
Forgot I asked you.
Yeah, I don't have any games like that.
Damn
I don't know if I've ever owned any games like that. I know I used to own like some of those cheap like handheld ones, but like
No, I mean the ones that you plug into the TV and it's like a joystick.
Nah. You know who might though is my aunt. Cause I know my aunt was like an old school gamer. She got the I forget exactly what it was called, but it was basically like a remade version of the Atari 2600.
Mm-hmm.
And she had gotten that when that had come out.
Maybe.
So that was kind of cool because when I was like 14 or so, I was staying over her house at night and I got to like try out the Atari 2600.
That's cool.
It's kind of cool, interesting.
Yeah. In fact, I
Something
asked
different.
you, yeah, I
Yeah,
asked you.
Yeah, yes, yesterday.
What did you say? I forgot.
Yes, I also have the SpongeBob one.
You do have the SpongeBob one?
Yeah, I'm not sure if if it works. I need to find it still.
If you find it, can I try it?
Yes.
See if it
You
works.
asked me yesterday, and I said the same exact thing.
I don't remember, bro.
You have dementia?
Because I do have dementia. I want to make a video about them, especially the SpongeBob head one, because the games on it are weird, and I have like, for some reason in my memory, I have the memories of the games on that invoke fear in me for some reason.
Fear?
Like they're kind of creepy. I don't know if it's just like the way the old games looked, or if like, but I remember like the maze one where you had to run around as Patrick in like a maze just fills me like, it gives me like an empty feeling in like my gut.
Running around as Patrick.
It was they were weird. They were really weird. I have another SpongeBob one where it's like the pineapple, and it also has a bunch of weird games on it. I'll show you sometime because I can plug them. But that's what I need. Well, that's what I found out I could use the thing that I bought at Micro Center for when my original plan didn't work. So now I want to play them all and I want to make a video about it. But my SpongeBob head doesn't work. The box is SpongeBob's head, and the nose is the joystick. But it doesn't work.
Oh, you know what? Wait.
Oh my god! Don't tell me everyone has one of these.
No, I think I used to own it though. I definitely don't anymore, but you just said something about SpongeBob controller with his nose is the joystick, and that sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
I think I had that as a kid, but we probably got rid of it years ago.
Yeah, that's typically how it goes.
Unless it's down in my my dad's a hoarder. It might be in my basement.
Okay. Well, it seems like I got a couple options. Some people might be able to come through for me.
I could take a look in the basement tomorrow and look around.
Yeah, because
I
mine.
doubt anything would come up, but you never know, I guess.
Yeah, because mine's broken, and I asked my tech expert to take a look at it.
You're a tech expert. Do I know this tech expert?
Yeah, you know the tech expert.
Okay.
Yeah, we all know the tech expert.
Okay.
We all got a guy, and it may be the same guy.
As long as he isn't in the shower.
Exactly.
Except for Dustin, apparently. Dustin has Geek Squad. Dustin has Geek Squad. Not our tech guy, though.
I know,
our tech guy wouldn't make him wait.
Dude, he went outside the network.
Yeah, he can't leave the network.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking.
But, yeah, he couldn't figure out anything. He said maybe if he said he cleaned it out because it was dirty in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping that was the issue because the right directional doesn't work and it's stuck going. No, it's stuck going right and it won't go left.
Okay.
So I was hoping maybe you just clean it out and it would fix itself, but I don't think that's the case. I just didn't have this right screwdriver to open it, and I figured he would, and he did. But that's like, because I want to make this video on him. I don't know what it is yet, but I want to do it. But that's kind of like the main one that I remember, so I kind of don't want to do it without that one.
Fair.
So, also the other reason I've been asking around is if anyone had any I don't have, because I have two. I have that SpongeBob one, another SpongeBob one, one with a bunch of Namco games on it,
You know what? You know what I want our tech guy to do? We keep saying tech guy. We can't say George I.
Oh my god, they're the same. You ever see them in the same room? I have,
Dude, I
actually.
don't know. You know what I want him to do? Because I have been trying to figure out how to do this for a long time, and I can't
Mhm.
get it done. This is something where he would have to come over to my house to help me with us.
Yeah.
So I need to get a emulator set up on my computer for, I believe, Windows 95.
Like a virtual machine?
Yeah. Because I have some old CD-ROM games that I want to play. But if I put them in my disk read, current version of Windows won't read them, basically.
Oh.
It doesn't know how to read them anymore. And I've tried numerous times to set up the VirtualBox on my computer. And I'm just too dumb and can't figure it out, even with like the most intense tutorials.
Yeah. You might know how to
Um,
do that.
and I would love to get it set up, but I just don't know what to do at this point.
Oh, submit a ticket.
Submit a ticket to the Georgia.
Submit a ticket to the tech guy, bro.
Yeah, I really should.
It's literally just adding him in Discord.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna do it right now. You ready? I'm gonna add him and be like, dude, you want to install Windows 95 on my computer?
Well, wait a minute. To make sure you tell him if you want to do like virtual machine. Don't just have him wipe.
Nah. I'm just gonna add him and be like, I need Windows 95 help.
It completely wipes Windows 11 from your computer. Dude, would Discord
I
even run?
imagine Georgia. I'm gonna message Georgia this. First thing he's gonna say is, "Bro, what?"
Bro, what?
No,
He's gonna
bruh.
ask
What?
questions.
Bruh, next line. What? I
What?
want.
Here, let's see how he answers.
I need Vista. I need a free copy of Vista. You got me, bro?
Dude, imagine.
Imagine paying for Vista.
Dude, imagine. Yeah, because like I got. So like now I do the speedrunning stuff.
You?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, yeah, I'm aware.
Dude, I want to fucking speedrun Jumpstart third grade
Why specifically third grade?
because that's the game I grew up with.
You grew up in third grade?
Yes. My
Yeah.
elementary school was perpetually in for third grade.
Oh,
But
wow.
here's the thing about that game in particular, okay? So I'm gonna go on the website for this game so that I am not talking out of my ass with things. But oh wait, what? Wait, I'm pretty sure it was on the website before. Yo, what's going on? I can't find it now.
It'd be really embarrassing if you couldn't find it. Much unlike the bear that walks across the country.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I've been on a page before. Alright, I guess no one's ever run the game. Shut. But the thing about it is if my memory is correct, right?
Mhm.
Then a speedrun of fully beating that game might take somewhere around 7 hours.
Okay, a long one. One of the long ones.
Yeah, it's stupid. Because from what I can remember, the big part of the game was this girl would go back in time and fuck things up. That basically she didn't study for a history test, so she wrote in the funniest answers imaginable to all the answers, and then stole her dad's time machine and went back in time, so all of her ridiculous answers were true.
What kind of Bill and Ted movie is this? This
So-
is Bill and Ted 3? Their little sister?
So for every single question, you have to do 4 separate mini games, then do like a quiz, sit through a bunch of slow text. Altogether, it takes something like 20 to 30 minutes, and there's 25 of them. So yeah, it might take way longer than 7 hours. It might be upwards of 10 to 11. But that's why I
Damn,
want to replay this game because I haven't played it since I was probably like 10 or 11. So
damn, and you're telling me Summoning Soul hasn't gotten on this one yet?
no, because no one's ran it. I want to run it, but I can't run it if
Dude,
I can't play it.
dude, imagine being the first guy in a Summoning Soul video. That'd be
Dude,
huge.
dude.
The fucking
What
music comes
was
in.
it? I'm trying to remember what it was. I was in a Discord
Toacher?
with Summoning Salt.
Like you're in the same server?
Yeah, there was a server where we were both in, and he was like actively talking and stuff.
A legend.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what server it was now. Because I remember I didn't talk to him, but I remember seeing his name and I was like, oh, he's here. Oh, okay.
I don't know. Fanning, is he in the Kiriko Feed Pick server?
Let me check. Hold on.
Yeah.
No.
We're doing our research.
Did you check the other one?
Oh, so sorry. Let me check.
I checked all of them. What the
No, not on that one.
did you just post, fan?
I had to do it for the bit, my friend.
You posted
I feel the need, Matt.
Yeah, what's up?
I think we have our episode title.
Oh my god. Let me see what this is.
Gibberish. Absolute gibberish.
Dude, I'm trying to find out how to make the podcast more accessible, bro. You want me to name it that? A random string of letters? Are you crazy?
Dude, yeah. Yes, I am crazy.
That's what I want to wait for Dustin to be here, you know.
Oh, Matt. Sorry,
What?
you wanted to talk. I wanted to talk to you about having the podcast reach more people.
Okay. I want to talk to you about that too, so we're good.
All right, so going back to the conversation I had about the guy running across Africa.
You want to run across Africa for the podcast?
No,
Let's do it.
No. All right. He has a Patreon, and one of the tiers is limited to only 5 people, and it's like for $300-something a month. He'll get a sticker of your name and put it on the van.
Yeah.
So part of me was seriously considering paying the money and having Lads AM be advertised on this van as it goes across Africa.
Our African viewership just goes through the roof.
Dude, could you imagine though? Like, I
Dude,
mean, A, our African viewership would be phenomenal. B, it would appear in the videos, so people might see it and be like, "Oh, that's interesting."
That's insane.
So, what do you say?
I mean,
Good.
if you want to look, if you want to split it like 49 2.
49 2. Who's which percentage?
Wait, no. Yes. 49. Oh, I'm the 2 and you and Dustin are the 49.
Oh, of course. I was wondering if you were
yeah,
saying Banning's the 49.
No, man. If you want to split it 49 2, I am down.
Dude. Part of me was also thinking doing it just on my own, just advertising Rob the Gamer 115.
Okay, that would actually go hard. that would be insane. Just fucking Rob the Gamer 115.
Twitch.tv/Rob the Gamer 115.
That would be insane.
The thing is I imagine there's not that much audience overlap between Pokemon and running across Africa.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Maybe. If nothing else, it would definitely be funny. Might do it for a month. I might do it.
if you think about it, there are a lot of like Twitch streamers that are like actually like really in shape, and you wouldn't expect like the fitness world or like rock climbing or doing something like really sporty to like align with like playing video games, but they're like kind
Sure.
of a case that they exist. The
Sure.
fit gamer exists.
Yep.
So I feel like you could always, and especially someone like Pokemon. People like Pokemon.
People like Pokemon.
People-
That's
I
pretty
mean,
goated.
much like Mario. People like Mario.
Dude, people like Legend of Zelda.
Do they really? I don't know.
Apparently, the new game's out.
I like Zelda.
I don't think I don't think we have enough to say it's selling well yet, but it's out.
It's going to. What are you talking about? It's
Oh,
Nintendo.
of course it's going to.
Bro, dude, it's gonna be nominated for Game of the Year.
Dude, it got the
Garrett.
Fanning seal of approval.
Dude, the tutorial got the Fanning seal of approval.
I'm not even done with the tutorial yet.
Yeah, wait a minute, why aren't we playing?
I don't have a way to stream it.
Yeah, I have a capture. Yeah, I wanted to make the joke anyway, but I did realize that.
Dude, you should have just like gotten your phone and just pointed it at the TV.
Dude, old school.
If we had planned this better, I would have let Fanning borrow my cap card.
Us playing it better. Us of all people.
I know. Blame
That's
it
what
on
I want.
Dustin. Blame it on Dustin.
Blame it on Dustin. Well,
Yeah.
I there's what I wanted to mention. So I
Yeah.
put it in the topics channel.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I wanna wait for Dustin to be here to actually talk about it because Fanning, we love having you here.
But I'm not a true sheep.
But you're not a big sheep.
Yeah. Is Georgia still?
Nope.
Nope. I traded him.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But actually, one sec. I just heard a really loud scream.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. I'm gonna go check on it. Fill for time, please.
You do that. I thought I was hearing things because I heard that. I thought it was like something from outside of my house. I didn't realize it was Matt's.
I didn't hear anything.
It was like someone went like or something like that. I don't know. It was weird. I thought I was just hearing things. Fanning, you pause your game or something?
Yeah, I did.
What are you doing?
Checking Discord quickly.
So, you haven't gotten that far into Tears of the Kingdom yet?
I played for an hour.
And you're still in the tutorial?
Yes.
You suck.
I'm exploring.
Either you suck or this is a long ass tutorial.
I'm exploring.
I'm
taking my time. I'm enjoying the game, my friend. You can enjoy games. You don't have to speedrun every game, my friend.
No, I understand that, but like, I'm confused. I understand taking your time, but like, typically in an open world game, the tutorial ends and then the world is open to you.
There's like a tutorial island that you're on, pretty much.
Okay, so you're exploring this tutorial island?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tutorial Island.
Matt, was someone being murdered?
No, my mom was just trying to scare my cat.
Why?
I don't know, to mess with it. I don't know.
At 11:45 at night?
It's already nearly midnight.
Yeah, man.
What are your neighbors gonna think?
Bro.
Your vertical neighbors.
My vertical teeth.
I mean, yeah, the ones that live below you, you know.
Yeah. Who cares?
Wow.
Who cares?
Okay. Fair enough.
I just wanted to make sure everything.
Yeah, make sure you're not, about to be killed or something.
Yeah, that'd be well. I'd like to know.
Speaking of about to be killed, I'm gonna go on a rant because I like going on rants, and this pisses me the fuck off.
Okay.
All right, so Florida.
Okay.
Have you heard about the new Florida law?
The alligators can now own guns.
Oh, that would actually be better than what they just did.
Disney World is now its own country, kind of like the Vatican.
You ready for this, Matt?
I guess I was wrong. Yeah, what's up?
They passed a bill. This was apparently about a week or two ago. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
DeSantis signed a bill that allows medical professionals to refuse care if it violates their beliefs. What this effectively means is if you call 911, the EMT has a right to refuse to help you.
Oh, that's not good.
There has already, from what I've heard, been one case where a transgendered person called 911 and they were refused any help once help arrived.
That's insane.
Yep.
How is that? I mean, how'd we
Yep.
go back? How'd we go backwards from gay wedding cakes to this?
Because Florida is a fucking shit show.
That's true. I do say we should just cut it off.
Honestly, just burn it to the ground. Or just give all of Florida under control of Disney. Like, you know.
I want again.
There
I'm
are things I'll
saying
complain about Disney, but like, at least Disney's not going to do something stupid like that.
I'm saying that we give the alligators guns and let them take back what's theirs.
Please do. Oh my god. I don't know what to do.
That's what I'm. That's dude. Who's this? Who's this DeSantis guy? Where'd he come from?
Dude, if he somehow becomes president, I will lose it.
Is he actually running? Is that an actual thing that's happening?
He is running, however, currently he is the second leading Republican candidate, but he's miles behind Trump, who is facing a criminal trial.
Yeah, much like a kind of like a Jeb Bush or
There should be no feasible way that the Republican Party wins the election in 2024, and yet they're going to. And it scares me shitless.
Amen.
Believe me, I do not want them to, but like, I'm nervous.
Hey, once they hit him with an old, just wait until my boy Dark Brandon gets a hold of him. It's all gonna be done. Dark Brandon's gonna reach he's gonna charge his limit, and shit's gonna go down.
I don't know.
He's gonna Biden blast DeSantis. Don't worry.
I'm gonna start getting my application ready to move to Denmark.
Yo, wanna give me one? Discuss.
Dude, I'll forward you one. Dude, I'm gonna start filling it out right now. Fuck it, why not?
Walkable city. Bikes, not cars, not just bikes. I miss Dustin.
You miss Dustin?
I agree with you, Matt.
Thanks, Fatty.
You agree with him on what?
Walkable cities.
Oh, yeah, walkable cities are pretty good.
Dude, there's something I want to talk about, but I don't think I can because George isn't here, and I can't ask Georgia about it.
Okay.
What we saw in the car yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, geez.
Tell you later. I'll tell you later.
Save it for next week's podcast.
Yeah, but I'll ask. But it was the most genuine hate I think I've ever felt for a person. Not hate. What kind of jealousy, envy, if you will. I was committing one of the 7 deadly sins, and not the anime.
Gluttony?
No.
Lust?
Jealousy.
Oh.
That's what I hear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, like what I was saying though before I heard a scream in my living room.
Yeah.
What I want to wait for Dustin to be here, but I want to plant the seed in your young little noggin, Rob the Gamer 115.
My young little noggin, I'm older than you, but go on.
Well, you know, You know, if you put us next to each other, people might think something different. The Lads AM patch notes, Lads AM official mid-season patch notes.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh
Yeah.
geez, what's he thinking?
And well, I had brought it up when we went out a little while ago,
Yeah.
but I want to start making some changes around here. Make some
Okay.
make some
Am I
changes.
being let go?
No, you guys know you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, cool.
Once the trial's over, we're kicking Fanning out.
No.
Let's go.
As long as he comes back,
Dude, Fanning, you mean temporary Dustin?
yeah, we're gonna we you know what? The substitute's just not working out. We can't find a good consistent substitute.
Nah.
I can't believe Fanning's been on this one boss this whole time.
Okay, this is a difficult fight. I want to see you try this.
But yeah, what do you want to change?
Well, I wanted to just mention it so people were thinking about it. Maybe as
Okay,
if we're going through some old episodes, maybe you can think about like, oh, this doesn't work. This really doesn't work. Well, my main thing that I mentioned was I want the podcast to be shorter.
Yeah, we had talked
because because I feel like the 2 hours is a little bit intimidating.
Yeah.
And just some other things that I've listened, like when I listen to other podcasts, I'm like, oh, we could do something like this and make it a little bit more like people like they're like one podcast I listen to, like they're really good about like not having dead air and like keeping like stories going, asking questions that they already know the answers to just because it's like, oh, it's a podcast.
Yeah, I do that.
Just keep things going.
I do that.
This stuff we could be a little more mindful about. It's, you know, kind of hone our craft a little bit, if you will.
I do my best to make sure there's no dead air.
Yeah, but we gotta be professionals. We're amateurs. We want to be professionals.
Yeah, that comes with time.
I know. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
We ain't got time. We ain't got time, Rob.
Oh, we
don't have that. No, we're old.
We are?
We're old. We're gonna die soon.
I mean,
we're reaching like we're reaching like the maximum age.
Matt, do you think your life has peaked?
God hope. I hope not. When was it? When was I supposed to?
I feel like about it earlier when you were talking about child actors and how it's hard for them to keep a job. I was like, damn, imagine being a child actor and your life peaked when you were 10.
Dude, I think my life may have peaked when I was 10.
No. Your life's gonna peak when you're like 33. I'm calling it.
Damn. When I'm old and decrepit and have false teeth and have false teeth and have a walker.
Look on the bright side, you'll be in a walkable city.
No city will be walkable. No cities are walkable if you can't walk, Rob. Dude, when I was speaking of walking, when I was walking to work today, there was this guy on a scooter.
Yeah?
Like not like a cool not like a cool scooter like Fanning has where he looks all cool.
Oh, like a Razor scooter?
No, that would be sick.
Dude, I used to ride like that shit all the time.
Kind of like the ones you would ride around in a supermarket if you needed one in a supermarket. You know the ones they have the
mobility scooter?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, this guy like came up behind me on one of those while I was waiting for the light to change for the white man on the screen to tell me it's okay to walk.
Whoa! Why has he got to be a white man?
Because I don't know. That's how the signs work. Because if it was black,
that's racist.
If it was black, you couldn't see the symbol because it's a black background.
You could have made the background white.
But that's too many pick LEDs. I don't know. I didn't make trust me, I did not make the traffic system. I would have made it way better.
I'm just saying, pretty racist if you ask me. But go on.
Exactly. Roads are racist. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Which is why you should walk everywhere.
That's why you should walk everywhere. But this guy, he like scoots up behind me.
Yeah.
On his mobility scooter or whatever. There's this giant, like, it must have been like maybe like a huge like truck, like big, like not 18 wheel, but like a big like shipping truck, right?
Okay, yeah.
It's not our turn to go. It's still the hand. It's not the walking symbol.
Right.
And this guy just like rolls up, looks up at the guy in the truck, and is like, "I'm going now," and he just goes. He just doesn't care. And then you go a little bit down where he has to cross the street to get to the supermarket. He just does it again. He just crosses traffic, just expecting them to stop, and they do.
How old is this guy?
I don't know. He was old. He had 2 flags on the back of his thing.
Matt,
One was an American flag. One was something. Maybe it was like a veteran's flag. He also looked like he was wearing those veteran hats. You know the hats that just, you know what I'm talking about. Like veteran hats.
Yeah.
I think he was wearing one of those. But he was like an old white guy. He just did not care. And I was like, this guy is gonna get hit. But he didn't.
He might be at the point in his life where he says either I'm getting to the place that I need to get to as soon as possible, or someone's hitting me and killing me, and I really don't care.
I
which it is at this
survived
point.
Vietnam. I can survive a sedan. I don't know, man. But that was insane. I was like, dude, you're gonna get hit, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I was stressed out. But you know, he lived, as far as I know. He got to the supermarket. Oh, well, don't cheer. He could have been racist or something.
Okay. And so can anyone. So should I never cheer ever in my life?
Never cheer. Never be happy.
Never be happy.
Never show any signs of excitement. Keep it bottled up.
Damn. If you say so.
Your only role in life is to not show emotion and die on the job. That's the only things you're supposed to do in life.
I see.
Mhm.
And on that note, we should call the podcast.
Call it what?
End it.
Got it, boys. Got him, boys. I got him.
Oh wait, I forgot to say the funniest shit.
Go for it, man.
I'm gonna say it real quick. You can add this into the beginning or something, or keep this.
We're
out.
only at an hour and a half. We haven't put out the patch. We haven't put out the update yet. We're still playing on the old client at the moment. We're playing Overwatch 1 right now. But what's your funny thing, man? Speak your truth. Fanning, I think I killed him.
Oh, F.
Where'd he go? Rob, buddy? Do I need to find another new host? Well, Fanning, it looks like a permanent spot's opening up.
Let's go.
Let's go. If you can beat this boss, we'll start talking negotiations.
Yeah.
He didn't have to redo the part you already won, though, right?
No. Unless I restart the complete fight.
I wonder where Rob went. I wonder if he'll be back by the time we end this podcast.